Meeting order. Maureen, will you lead us in the flag salute tonight, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Tammy, will you take us through roll call, please?
Yes, I will. Those present are Mayor Shaw, Council members Amy Baker, Roth, Armister, Kemp, and Maureen Baker. Staff President, myself, Tammy Justice, Bill Cameron, Darren Perry, Adam Lyons, and Shelley Roth, and Jim Gibson.
Thank you. Council, I'll look for approval of the agenda, please.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve the agenda. Any further discussion? No further discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed 5-0. Thank you, Council. Now I'll look for the approval of the consent agenda, please.
I move to approve the consent agenda items, which includes July 28th, 2026 claim vouchers 9104 through 9117 and one EFT in the amount of $16,071.61 certified and approved on July 28th, 2026. July payroll in the amount of $46,928.63 certified on August 3rd, 2026. August 11th, 2026 claim vouchers 9125 through 9137 and 4 EFTs in the amount of $18,880.15. July 14th, 2026 council meeting minutes and July treasurer's report certified and approved August 11th, 2026. Vouchers have been audited and verified by the audit team.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. Any further discussion? No further discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed 5-0. Thank you again, Council. Okay, we'll move to number 5. We have a presentation with Shelley, her CMC award, and I'd like to turn it over to Kathy Lindmeyer.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome to stand up. You
I'll
can
stand.
sit down. We're very low key here.
I'll stand, thank you. So my name is Kathy Lindmeyer, as you said. I'm the city clerk for the city of Yelm, but I'm also here today representing the Washington Municipal Clerks Association as the president-elect. So it's my honor to congratulate Shelley Roth, deputy clerk, on earning her certified municipal clerk designation awarded by the International Institute of Municipal Clerks. This is no small accomplishment. It represents many hours of education, hard work, and dedication to the municipal clerk's profession. Earning the CMC reflects a commitment to lifelong learning, professional excellence, and serving your community at the highest level. As clerks, much of what we do happens behind the scenes. So moments like this don't come along very often. That's why it's so important to pause and recognize accomplishments like this one. Earning the CMC is a significant professional milestone, and Shelley should be incredibly proud of what she has achieved. Her dedication and commitment deserve to be celebrated. I also want to thank the mayor, city council, and your city clerk, Tammy, for supporting continuing education. Local government is constantly changing, laws evolve, public expectations grow, and new challenges emerge every year. Investing in your clerk's professional development helps ensure the city is prepared to meet those changes with knowledge, confidence, and professionalism. The Washington Municipal Clerks Association exists to promote excellence in local government through education, professional development, networking, and support. While the educational opportunities are invaluable, one of the greatest strengths of WMCA is the community that it creates and the support for one another because we all share the same goal, providing the very best service to our communities. Shelley, congratulations on this well-earned achievement on behalf of the Washington Municipal Clerks Association. We are proud to celebrate this milestone with you and look forward to all that you will accomplish in your career. And then on a very separate note, I would just like to thank Rainier for your pickleball courts. My husband and I use them. We try to get up there every weekend. We go in the mornings, and it's just, I've never played before. We bought rackets on Amazon, and they're great. Your crew does a great job. We go up there. They're always clean. When we have to use the restrooms, they're always clean. So thank you. It's a great asset to the community, and we see a lot of people really using them and enjoying them.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you take one?
Yep.
Oh.
I got it.
Did you
I
tip
got-
my
I
chair?
got it. I got it.
So glad you didn't trip over.
Yes, you take a picture and it's over there.
So wait.
I'm so mad.
1, 2, 3. Again. Yeah. There should be something good there.
Thank you.
Would it be okay if I said something?
What?
Would it be okay if I said thank you to everyone?
Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
I want to first say thank you to Tammy. I didn't think about this last month because I was so excited. But I want to say thank you to Tammy for encouraging me, giving me the opportunity to be able to earn this designation of CMC. And I want to thank the mayor and the council for the ability, the opportunity, and supporting me to be able to do that. Because without the support and encouragement, I wouldn't have thought about it and I wouldn't have pursued it. So thank you to all of you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's just one really quick side note is like the community with the Municipal Clerks Association. I don't know if Tammy shares this, but it really is strong and we have such a strong network of people that we can reach out to for all things. I'm constantly reaching out to other clerks and when you go and you put the time into your certification, you meet people and you know, so anytime you run into something maybe that you have a question on, you're not sure of, something's changed, you've got 150 other people out there that do exactly what you do to reach out to, so it is really a strong. So, thank you very much, and we have a council meeting starts at 6, but I need to.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Thanks, Shelley.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll go to public comment. And nobody in public comment. We'll go to staff reports. Jim, you want to start tonight, please?
Sure. So, planning department's been a little bit quiet this last couple of months. We did finish up the Lucas Meyer short plat. So that was, recorded. So he has 2 legal lots of record down there now. And then, we're working on finishing up, the 2-lot short plat on Seattle Street. Many of you have seen the work that Mr. Holmes has been doing on the 6-lot short plat on the south side of Seattle Street. On the north side, we're working at the existing house there to be subdivided into 2 pieces. And we're just weeks away from finalizing that one too. So, and with that, last month we met with a developer at 702 Binghamton. That was down there, what do you refer? There's
I
another,
I always call it Montoya property,
Montoya's property, yeah.
next to it.
So we met with them, they had some ideas, but they were working through some details on that. They have not made application on that at this time. So planning, that's kind of what we got going on the planning side. I know, Bill and I are looking at some ordinances to update in the future. Other than that, you sent me the kind of storage container ordinance.
Yes. I think you have 2 that are sitting there someplace. I gotta take a look, make sure I get them 2 sections.
So there might be,
Same section in 2 different orders.
might be some changes coming up on container, storage within our codes. Other than that, I think that's, and some of you have noticed in town, Wayne's Propane. They got some, looks like they have some, storage containers, propane tanks there. I'm reaching out to him to have a conversation with him about that. He still has not completed the improvements that was expected, was approved by planning commission there. So kind of reach out to him and find out what his schedule is, what his plans are. But that, it showed up 2 weeks ago or so, maybe. So try to get hold of him. At this moment, it's not an enforcement issue. Try to reach out and see what his plans are. Go ahead.
Has the fire department approved that, in storage, propane?
The fire department reviewed it when it was storage containers. There's not supposed to be stored propane on site.
Right. Just a minute.
If there is stored propane, that's a whole different conversation that was never brought as part of the application.
Okay,
Not even to dispense propane there. It was just containers. I
Any
think that's it.
questions for Jim? Thank you, Jim. Aaron?
Okay, Public Works is just tired. Had a busy summer. We got about 1,000 different projects in the works. We're continuing the expansion of the park down here. We hope to have that wrapped up either late this week or early next week. We are working with an electrician right now to get power down at the pickleball courts to install the security cameras. Cameras are supposed to be in next week, but we ran into a little glitch with the power and PSE, so we're kind of trying to do a workaround with that. Got a new plaque installed at Betts Park, the dedication plaque, along with some new street signs around town. We have been finishing up the water main extension on Seattle Street for the development down there. We are tied into our system now. We're currently working through grading and paving of that street and possibly working a bid also to get Olympia Street paved at the same time. Hopefully we can get a deal on that because we have the guy coming out to do this work and he seemed very hungry right now, so we're working through that. And I think that's it.
Thank you. Any questions for Theron? And they're actively working on the Warehouser Park. Known as Tammy's Park, but she gets mad when I call it that. As you see, they were working on that hard today and trying to get that wrapped up. So, thank you, guys, and your staffs continues to do a great job.
Thank you.
Adam, do you have anything besides the two things that are on the next agenda items, or do you want to just wait until that?
Yeah, I'll update on the roadway treatments.
Do everything when it comes back to you?
Yeah, I just want to update on the roadway treatments now.
You want to do that now? Then
Yeah.
go ahead. Okay.
So the subcontractor for the prime contractor that's doing the roadway treatments, the chip seals in September is Midway Underground, and they're going to start by repairing the Center Street intersection, so that part that's been flooded for years and chunks up, and they're going to tear all that out and just repave it about probably 7 or 8 inches thick. So should be good to go, and hopefully the storm will continue to flow out of there. So thanks to Theron. They are going to close the street for that portion just for a day, a portion of a day. And I'm trying to get them to do it before school starts. So they said they're gonna start on the 7th, which is Labor Day. But yeah, I'm hoping they'll do it the week before. And then they'll continue by doing a bunch of patch repairs all down Center Street for a few more days after that. Then you have to wait 2 weeks for all that to set until you do the chip seals. So sorry, it's taking this long in the summer to get to, but it's just where things ended up in the queue for these contractors. That's all for me.
Any questions for Adam? Thanks, Adam. We'll circle back to you in a few minutes. Maureen?
No TRPC this month, and next month, I think it's sort of a regular meeting.
Any questions for Maureen? Thank you. Ron?
Last month, Adam and I met with TRPC to go over the grants and stuff, and had a very good meeting with them up there. So, other than that, nothing for me.
Any questions for Ron? Thank you, Ron. Tom?
Just the emergency management for around town. Has been going very well. I'd like to thank Baron and Public Works for all the nice work that they do to help out. We have the emergency center available and everything is ready to go. Looks like we've got through the summer without any major fires or loss of electricities or any type of like that. So we've been very fortunate. It's been very comfortable knowing that we're ready for a situation such if it happens. So that's all going out well. And our radio broadcast went well, but the schools closed and, you know, so it was not that many people. But, things will be back in order here in another month or so. Other than that, that's all I got.
Thank you, Tom. Any questions for Tom? Okay. Ryan? Nothing new. Any questions for Ryan? Thank you, Ryan. Amy?
I did attend the study meeting last month, nothing notable there, and I am stressing Tammy out with plans for the parade. But it will be gorgeous, that's all.
Good. Any questions for Amy? Thank you, Amy. Bill?
Nothing other than that nasty meeting with the Department of Health. I'll let you and Adam talk.
Adam's got that, so we'll leave it up to Adam. Thank you. Any questions for Bill? I guess I'll go. We haven't had any mayor's meetings. We kind of canceled during the summer. Obviously, we got the parade coming up. I know Tammy's gonna talk about that. I'll let you talk about the Grand Marshal since she made the phone call for us. And that's all I have. Questions for me? Tammy?
So we did decide on a grand marshal. We asked Jim and Debbie Holmes to be the grand marshal and they graciously accepted. So we're gonna be asking our reporter to do an article for us on that. And basically with just Debbie's dedication to the town through her school career and then their kids going through our school system and then Jim kind of being the vision with the basketball court, which started the whole sport court and what it's turned into. So we felt like they were deserving of the honor of being the grand marshal, so.
And both have been very active in the REF for the last 3 years.
Yes, that too. So anyways, the electric vehicle charging grant that we talked about months and months ago is still happening. PSC, the grant is through PSC and there's different phases. And so we're at the 30% phase. I'm presuming I should get a 50% phase any day because the 30% phase was in May, I believe. So I'm hoping by the end of the year, we'll have some charging stations down at this parking lot. And that's all I have.
Any questions, Tammy? Thank you, Tammy. Okay, we're gonna go to new business. Adam, I'm gonna turn it over to you for contract approval, and it is an action item, but contract approval for G&O.
Yeah.
Well, 6.
Well, I'll start with the DOH meeting. So in the midst of updating the water system plan, well, the operator is to report to DOH every year your number of current active connections. And before Darren, it showed that it was updated, but the count wasn't really updated. It was probably before you added about 1,000 people to your city. So Darren and Shelley did an accurate count, and the former count was 730 connections. Their accurate current count is 993 connections. It's a difference of about 263 connections. The DOH approved connections is 924. So you're well over your number of approved connections. When we submitted the water system plan last year, we tried to get them to agree that well 6 was operational enough that it was being worked on and it was just out of operation for a little bit. They didn't like that. They said it has to be running in operation. And so you guys are severely short on source capacity, which doesn't allow this moratorium that you're under to be easily lifted until you fix well 6.
Well, 6 was listed in emergency status, but it was anything but in emergency status.
It's a 200 gallon per minute well, so well 3 currently is 200 gallons per minute well, and it's being pumped over that to keep up with demands. So therefore, DOH has put the city in a moratorium of blue status, and they are not allowed to, you guys are not allowed to add new connections until that's lifted. So we had this meeting with DOH last week, and you know, they're nice enough, they work with you, and I mean, these people are, you know, they're there to ensure that everyone has clean, reliable water that's available. They are there if you need them. If you need to call them, if you have a call form hit, which you did a couple of years ago, and they're very helpful, but they're very hard line about no new connections. So we need to do something about well 6, and that will be followed by a capacity analysis updated to DOH to show that you have capacity to add new connections. So at the same time, the water system plan, these plans, they typically take a couple, 2 or 3 years. This one's taken a little longer. It's been a very dynamic evolution with the data analysis, the data gathering, couple issues like with the SCADA systems. We couldn't get the data we needed for the model. Then we had a new operator come in, and Theron has really helped to close this up and get it close to the finish line with DOH. What we submitted last year got about 58 very detailed comments, and we've addressed them all, and we're ready to submit it again. I was going to present that to you tonight, but after the meeting last week, they asked that we wait on that. They want to look at the comments, how they're addressed first. I don't expect that there'll be any big issues. I think it's pretty close to the finish line. However, you still are short on capacity, both for source, for your pumping capacity, you can draw out of the ground, and also your storage capacity, which I should go into that. That was another complication because last fall, apart from the water system plan, Matt Russell called me, the fire marshal, and he said he just updated Yelm's fire flow analysis based on their current international fire code. And he said he was going to update Rainier's. So this would affect what I submit with the water system plan as well for storage capacity. The Rainier Council approved the fire code many years ago, as confirmed with Bill. He looked into it, and so they were operated under this old fire flow analysis, and so Matt said that was done in the 90s, and he thinks it was just kind of done offhand, and it didn't follow the fire code you're supposed to be following. So he redid it with the the county fire marshal, and your required storage capacity for fire suppression storage greatly increased. Because of the source capacity deficit, it went into the calculations of the storage capacity where it created a deficit there. Still, if you get your source capacity up, it'll affect that positively. That'll get you out of the hole a bit with storage, so you won't be in deficit there. So the point is the problem here is the source capacity. You have to have greater pumping capacity for your current population and number of users right now to supply them with water during peak hour demands, and if there was a fire, you have to have the pumping capacity to replenish the water in the reservoirs fast enough, so that everyone stays in a reliable flow of water. You also need a redundant source, so if well 3 went out, all you can have is well 4 at 50 gallons per minute, and that would be an absolute nightmare because there's no way that that keeps up with 2,500 people. So well 3 is in good condition right now. It was actually redeveloped in the late 90s under engineering and ecology oversight. Well 6, in the midst of updating this plan, we gradually discovered, I think when Darren took over, finally, that well 6 is not just like set aside as an emergency source or kind of like we run it and test it sometimes, but it was completely out of operation. Like we're talking structurally, the screen is up like 30 feet. No one knows how it got there. They said maybe an earthquake. The equipment is out, it needs to be replaced. They said possibly a lightning strike. The well needs to be redeveloped. It needs to be developed correctly this time with engineering oversight and in partnership with ecology's oversight and DOH's oversight to make sure that you have a reliable, lasting well like well 3 is now. You're having 200 gallons per minute come up this pipe and follow. It's a large scale well, you know, compared to say a residential well. So coming back to what is on the agenda with the contract to redevelop the well, re-drill it, and re-equip it, that is the engineering work and oversight required to do that properly.
Any questions?
So we can discuss, and it's going to say, I move to approve overall contract for professional engineering services for well 6.
Second.
A motion and a second to approve contract for G&L for well 6 rehab. Any further discussion?
I have one question, actually.
Sure.
Once we get that flow, the calculation of the flow and piping and everything like that, we'll still be able to sustain once we have that extra well online. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it will bring you, it'll lift the moratorium for a while. You guys haven't had an updated water system plan for quite a while, and you've added a lot of people to the city and connection since then. So capacity analysis had not been done for quite a while. So there are some other items to continue after that. You've had a water right application into the ecology for 500 gallons per minute since 2005. And it's pretty typical that they just sit there unless you get proactive and start to push it a lot. And then they'll start processing. There's a new system to do that with ecology too. When a city is getting close to their capacity and needs additional water rights. So you're gonna have to develop additional source capacity for that too. Darren and I have discussed it, we've walked around well 4 site. It might be something like re-drilling well 4. It's just 50 gallons per minute, but you could get a lot more out of that. And it's a great site too for it. It's a good public works site. So we're working on getting it fenced with funds from DOH right now.
Any other questions?
And what's our budget look like in terms of funding for this?
We are fine as far as that. We also have applied for a grant,
Okay,
CDBG funds.
Okay.
We're in the process of that right now. The county's helping us process that through HUD. So, we're hoping that we'll get that grant. It seems optimistic, which will cover, at least most of the engineering costs. We may have to do a budget amendment because I don't know if we have enough in that fund, but we have enough to amend that so that we do have enough in the fund.
It's it's 296,000. And everyone at Thurston County, in a meeting that we had a couple weeks ago, at first there was someone trying to put the funds somewhere else, and then someone else said, hey, what about this project in Rainier? And it's very critical for their water supply. And then everyone started piling on and said, hey, we haven't given Rainier money. Can you look that up? And it says, we've never given them money, like CDBG funds. So you've never asked for them. And so they're all about giving them to you right now. This income survey has to come across favorably, so.
So we're gonna be out doing a survey, door to door, probably, us and Public Works and whoever we can recruit.
Here?
Yes. So we're hoping that we meet the criteria to be below the standard for income.
We've got them to survey a population of people around well 6. And
Yeah.
that's, we believe, our best hope is to keep it in that, the area I'm talking about. And that was the key. What we worked on, and Tammy was a big part of getting it. You can't do our whole city and deal with Trotter Downs and Middleton and everything up on the hill, and we wouldn't fall in the specifications to satisfy for HUD. So that's the whole dilemma, is these 80 people we have to survey.
Yes, approximately.
We have to fit in a number to qualify.
We have to have 51% of our survey results, so.
We're hoping that we can get those numbers in that geographical range around well 6. Any other questions? Let's put closure to it. There was a motion, a second, so all those in favor of the contract approval for G&O?
Aye.
Say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed 5-0. Thank you. Just to add on to that, the meetings that Adam is talking about with the Department of Health, and then the one with the CPG possible grant is involved. Adam, Theron, Tammy, myself, and Bill were all in both those meetings, so. And the last thing then on what Adam just spoke about, I can assure you that all the things that led to this, some of the things, if you were listening to Adam very carefully about the numbers that were generated in the past, I will assure every one of you that none of that came from any of our current employees. And Adam's shaking his head and they're supporting me on that, so that's very important. You guys know that Theron and Tammy have nothing to do with any of that stuff.
I can testify to
Want to
that.
add anything to that, or are you okay?
Okay.
We'll leave it at that. Leave it at that. So we're moving on. Can I move on? Okay. We'll go to number 9. Old business. I think Adam, we kind of covered it, but go back into it.
Yeah, I already covered it. If there are any other questions about that, if Matt was here, I'd have him speak about the fire flow analysis. It was somewhat interesting how he does it and follows the International Fire Code. The 2 buildings that set your highest flow requirements are the Sportsman's Club and then the high school. The high school would be even higher than 2,700 gallons per minute for 2 hours, except that they have a sprinkler system. So sprinkler systems help reduce fire flow needs. Also in the water system plan, without going into it too much, because I will come and present it when DOH gives me the go ahead. There's a water system model in there in chapter 3, and it specifically pinpoints like weak areas of fire flow. So it suggests projects to pipes, cause that helps, and if you have, like, by the sportsman club in high school, there's multiple fire hydrants to get up to those fire hydrants if the school is broken, so. But, maybe for the water system, I don't have Matt to come and talk to you more about that.
Any questions for Adam?
I
Go
do,
ahead.
but after his first update, I'm real scared to ask. Just, you said the high school has sprinkler systems which lowers what we need, right? In a very base level understanding. Okay, does that mean the elementary school and the middle schools don't have it?
Oh, it's bigger buildings.
Yeah, the high school's just bigger overall square footage.
Yeah.
He looks at square footage and then he looks at the type of structure. So there's all
Okay.
these different types of, if it's wood frame or metal or, so. he gets-
So no. they
And all
don't.
schools have sprinkler systems.
What's that?
All schools have sprinkler systems,
Okay,
Yeah, they're
and
just,
they're all installed by the state fire marshals.
okay.
Over
I'm just curious.
no, it's just the high school that had the highest need. for the
Got it.
fire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions for Adam? Adam, thank you very much. There was a lot on your table tonight. You did a very good job. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Move to adjourn.
You guys are quick. There's a motion, a second to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting officially adjourned, 5:36.